Good evening, Coaching You For You. I am Annette Latigue, your host here at Coaching You For You. And I want to tell you that you can see us on Facebook at Coaching You For You or at What Trenton Really Makes, or you can see us on YouTube. This is one of those times when we want you to put all our business in the street. Tell your family and friends about us. I am here this evening joined by a very special guest, someone I've known for quite some time, and I know her family too. And this is good stock here. And we're going to be talking about some things. But before we do, I want to give you my disclaimer. I don't know everything. And as I often share with you, I am sharing my experience, strength, and hope. What doesn't apply, let it fly. We're here to offer you experience on life's terms, which don't change. We do, to offer you some strength based on that experience and some hope in it. So joining me this evening is Stephanie Register, and Stephanie is with RIE, RIE. And so, Stephanie, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
First, I would like to say thank you so much, Annette, for allowing Recovery is Essential, short AKA known as RIE, to be a part of such an amazing cast. We are Recovery is Essential. We started this company in 2017. And as you will learn more as I speak, we are a company that creates spaces for those of us who are living a clean and sober life. We really create spaces for those of us to be able to have a good time without the triggers of drugs or alcohol, or even putting ourselves in a space where we feel like we need to be triggered to go and use. So Recovery is Essential is all about creating those safe spaces to provide a good atmosphere for those of us who are in recovery. We are not the fellowship, so we keep that over there, but we are that bridge that once you come out into the world, Recovery is Essential is here to catch you, because we know that we do recover, but we don't recover alone. We recover with a community of people, and everyone we know that is not in the fellowship is out in the world. So we want to be in that world part so that when you come out and you begin to live life on life terms, we are here. We are here so that you don't have to go back. You don't have to be intimidated. You don't have to feel those triggers. So we're creating safe spaces. And how we do that, we have workshops. We have webinars or virtual talks, so what have you. In the beginning of the year, we have something called Let's Talk Recovery, where I invite those who are in recovery to come sit at the table and let's just talk recovery. Now, mind you, what we have come to find out, and I'll talk about this a little later, is that recovery is not just based on those of us who are becoming free of drugs and alcohol from some substance use disorder. We're finding out recovery is based on a lot of traumas that have come to pass, that, believe it or not, in this day that we're in that, a lot of people are starting to see that, wait a minute, I had some issues and I may have to go get some help somewhere. And so we're finding out, and I keep saying that because as we're growing this, it is organically coming into fruition that recovery is a big umbrella. And
absolutely.
And we're starting to see that those of us who are in recovery have, and I am a 12-stepper, so I abstain, that a part of what I've gone through is not just what I've gone through. It really can help someone else to begin to see what has caused your life to become so unmanageable that you can't manage it. And how can we begin to sustain that? And so Recovery is Essential is based on all those types of steps that lead us to at least live a life that is manageable. Not perfect. I love your saying here. You don't have to be perfect, but be amazing. We want to help people to become amazing because we know this world. Girl, let me tell you, we know this world. So if we can create a space where people can come and relax, if they can let their hair down and feel comfortable, feel safe, then our job is done, because then the door opens up for all types of therapeutic processes that whatever you need, Recovery is Essential can help you. We can walk you there. We can guide you there. But one of the aspects that I love the most is what we do. Like I said, I'm go back to our workshops. We provide workshops. We do Let's Talk Recovery, which is we do in February and July. And throughout the year, every other month, we do a kitchen table talk. We have partnered up with Damien House and also with One to Talk To, who is awesome. That's James Johansson. I have to throw their names out there because these guys always know that when I throw them out there, they say, Stephanie, throw us out there because we want to open our arms too, so that people can come and they can get the help that they need. And James Johansson, who is the director of community service at Damien House, he's always looking for people who are looking for treatment, who want a safe space. That he's always saying, look, I got beds available. And when he says that, it is true. He has beds available. So we partnered with Damien House and wanted to talk to Tibet Fairman, who is a licensed clinician. And we do a kitchen table talk, and we sit around. We call ourselves sitting around a kitchen table, but it's really being wherever we are.
Wherever you are.
Yeah, wherever you are, it's your kitchen table. Because remember, I don't know if you remember this and that. When we were little, or some of us who had those moms and aunts that sat at the kitchen table, you learned so much at the kitchen table. And while they were talking about life and everything that was going on, they were cooking. They were, just not only were they feeding our minds, they were feeding our souls. They were feeding everything. So I thought about that and I said, as we're talking about recovery, we need to create that conversation that most of us are dear to.
Yeah.
And that's at the kitchen table. Whether we was having peanut butter sandwiches, mayonnaise sandwiches,
mayonnaise and tomatoes.
Oh, girl, yes. And that's a good sandwich. That's a delicacy today.
Stephanie, let's talk a little bit about, you said something and you opened a door that is dear to me. Mm-hmm. Most people think that recovery is about drugs and alcohol. It's not. Recovery is about the things that you need to come back from, whether it's a broken heart, whether it's abuse, whether it's dealing with a narcissist, whether that's a female or a male, whether you're dealing with incest, rape, attempted rape, whatever it is that hurt you and got you to that place, whether it is bad behavior and drugs or alcohol. So let's talk about it. I appreciate Ree. And I want to tell the audience that you're going to be here off and on for some time to keep talking about life on life's terms and even inviting other guests.
Amen.
So we can accommodate, I think, up to 5.
Awesome.
5 or 6 different people.
I'm glad you mentioned that because a lot of people don't understand that. Why do we self-medicate? Why do we get to the point where we have to create some form of medication or some form of safety net for ourselves? It's those underlying trauma, those symptoms, those activities, anything that was induced, even perpetuated. Like you said, not just bad behavior. I mean, I can say, hi, my name is Stephanie, and I got caught out there. This year I'll be 28 years clean. And, I say that a lot. People always say, Stephanie, why do you use your recovery? You use your infirmity as your forefront. I said, all right, I choose Jesus because that's my higher power. My higher power has allowed me to stay humble in that, because of certain self-esteem issues that I had. I was unable to really cope with this world. So I self-medicated to get along. And then that self-medication became my addiction, which I found out which was genetic. Yeah, and a lot of people understand that those underlying traumas can cause us to block our blessing. Another word is block our recovery because we don't know how to deal with it. So some of us, we hide, but we put on a strong exterior so that we don't get too many people close to us. Because honestly, enough, a lot of us have that first innate feeling of people pleasing, where if we can't please whoever that's dear to our hearts,
Mm.
we get pain out of that. So therefore, we begin to self implode. In that implosion, we get pain, and in that pain, it's so many things that we layer up. You know, in the rooms we talk about the onion, and that's why I tell people when we go through recovery, it's not a 1 day, 1 shot deal. It's a lifetime. It's a lifetime.
Yes, turning your life around requires, no matter the reason that you need to. And if we look at ourselves, it's called taking your own inventory.
Yes.
You know, a lot of folks are very good at taking the inventory of other people and making judgments and passing judgments. But when you take your own inventory, you tend to find out that there's always some internal work that can be done to improve the person that you are. Recovery is a bridge. It is a bridge between where you've been and where you have the opportunity and hope to go.
Yes.
And so I'm really excited about your program. And I'd like to ask if on the next show, you'll bring on one of your sweatshirts we can purchase so that you can give it away to somebody.
I would love to.
Yes, who comes on the show and is, willing to ask some questions. Have some merchandise from Recovery is Essential for You, purchased by Coaching You for You.
Oh, that would be awesome. We could create a nice gift for one of our guests because I'm promoting, and that's the other thing about Recovery is Essential. This is a brand that we had developed, and we do T-shirts, cups. We're producing belts, earrings. We're going to do rings, pocketbooks, all of the accessories, because a part of Recovery is Essential is that we are living our recovery out loud. And that's for those who are willing to do so. We are not trying to make anyone live their recovery out loud because we know everyone is different. But we thank those who want to participate with us. And a portion of the sales go into a pot, and we give money to community groups in Mercer County who are doing great things for children. So far, we have given up to over $5,200. How Recovery is Essential do that is we literally watch a group or so for the whole year. And then we contact them and say, hey, we've been watching you and we want to give you a gift. And a part of that is what we say in the fellowship is I'm giving back what was so freely given to me. And I am a cheerful giver. So I know that I can't give what I can't have, what I don't have, but I can give you what our company is learning how to do is we sell this brand while we're raising money, and we're giving 10% of that money to a community group that's doing positive things for children. Now, before I move on to my next thing, I want to kind of finish up on how we do the workshops and we do the kitchen table talk. And we also do a 12-step Recovery is Essential talk with the Ms. Darlene show, where she and I come together and we just do step talk live. We talk about the steps between she and I, and we just bring people into that conversation. Following that, the company started, like I said, in 2017. I've been doing this all my life. However, it legitimized itself in 2017. In 2020, we became copyright. Now, what we're doing is 2018, we had our first sober soiree. Girl, let me tell you, I was so excited because, again, creating safe spaces. Like, I like to go out and dance, I like to have a good time.
I love to dance, and I sing too. Did I tell you that?
No, you ain't tell me you sing.
Most people don't agree with it, though.
I sing. You sing a duet with me.
I can sing.
At the ball, and this was so surprising to me. Everyone, what we did was I reached out to a few friends of mine who have their own businesses. And I was really excited. So I reached out to Elisa Robinson Carter, who is Elisa Catering. She was my first caterer. She still is. She's the caterer for Recovery is Essential for Life. I said, guess what? I need you to do a spread for kings and queens. She did a spread like no other. Then I reached out another friend of mine, Brian Parker, Creative Touches. He's a photographer. I said, I want you to be like paparazzi. I want you, when a person walk in this room, I want them to feel like they are the best of the best. We created a ball-like setting for those of us because of our addictions, may not have gone to our prom, may not have gone to our gentleman's ball, may not have gone to our cotillions, may not have like had the opportunity to go out and have a good time without getting messed up, and then the next day you're feeling so bad you feel guilt and shame. So I wanted to create that space through the ball. And Annette, it was fabulous. We had our first ball in 2018. We had our
Yes.
second in 2019. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we have not had it, because most of us who are in recovery do have underlying health issues. And I wanted, like I said, I wanted to make sure that we create a safe space for those of us in recovery and those who support those of us in recovery.
Yes.
It was awesome. It was so beautiful. And what came out of that whole concept was we developed a yearbook, a Recovery is Essential yearbook, that you got your picture taken in the yearbook. So next year when you see it, you can see your own progression along with your family and friends in the yearbook. So that's the biggest portion of Recovery is Essential, is that we have created a ball for those of us in recovery. And we have it at downtown Trenton at the Masonic Temple.
Mm-hmm.
They enjoyed us so much that they literally are giving the space again practically free.
And that's great. Let me take a few minutes here to do the shout outs.
Yes.
That we want to recognize folks who are doing work in the community. I want to shout out Sisters Seafood, Amaris Lenore and Jasna Horton. I'd like to shout out the Ingram Kingdom Mobile Kitchen, Mr. and Mrs. Ingram. I'd like to shout out 2 photographers that I am aware of and I have seen their work. And that is Karen Hilton and Sarita Wilson. You're looking for photographers. You can find them both on Facebook. Reach out to them. And Elisa, I consider a personal chef for me. When I call and I'm in need, she provides. And I can tell you that I'm always incredibly happy. I have 3 or 4 people that I deal with on a regular basis, and Elisa is one of them. I want to talk about the food bar with Sakina Iman up on Broad Street. You know, just getting it done. Fabulous food, safe serve, no issues ever. And there's not one time that I've called these folk, that I've called on the Ingram Kingdom, that I've called on Sister Seafood, that I called on Elisa and I didn't get. And I've called on the food bar and I didn't get what I needed and wanted and I enjoy. And so I'm going to shout out a few things here that I enjoy about each of them. The Food Bar and Grill makes phenomenal wraps, soul food wraps, oxtails, and a few other things. But the soul food wraps were phenomenal for me in that I called my niece and asked Sakina if she would do a vegetarian soul food wrap for me. And when I tell you she put it in and put it down, I had to fight the people at the table where I was serving. Like, these are for me. I bought, other soul food wraps for you from Sakina, but these are mine. They ate mine and they ate theirs as well.
I'm gonna try that.
I love to host dinner parties. And so now, of course, they're a lot smaller. But I can tell you that Elise has shown up for my family in a big way. She has phenomenal banana pudding. She has phenomenal vegetarian meals. For those of you who are vegan or vegetarian, this is the woman who works to provide what you need and want in that.
Oh my God.
As well as food for those who indulge in flesh, seafood, and meat. And with the Ingram Kingdom, they have some phenomenal lime honey wings that will blow your mind. They have wings that are more than wings and things, and they get it in. They make a phenomenal turkey baked burger that's blended with different types of seasoning and pieces of meat. That is incredible. And so when I talk about them, I'm talking about that. And for Amaris Lenore and Jasna, the Sister Seafood, they provide the biggest thing is fried lobster. So
Wow.
they provide fried lobster, they provide broiled, they'll provide it any way you like, and they will also provide a seafood like steak sandwich that is
Ooh,
out of this mind,
that
out of
sounds
this world.
good.
And so I just want to shout them out. And I don't want you to forget that there are people working in our community getting it done. And of course, you guys know I'm in love with Bruce Boyd. I'm in love with, no, I don't like Bruce. He
You
knows
said
it.
you're in love
I
with me.
love him. I actually love him. But more than that, I love what he does. I
Amen.
really do. And Delana Robinson has a hair product. Look her up under Delana, lovely Delana. Look her up. She provides products for our hair that matter and skin butter that makes you melt. And as Tanya D. Ray would say, she'll give you buttery feet. They feel
Mm,
like butter. I don't
amen.
know what they taste like. I'm not getting into that, but they feel like butter. So I want to shout these folks out tonight. And I want to remind you that there's so many people in our community doing so many great
So
things.
many great things. Yes.
Reach out to them. Valina Reynolds Jackson is getting it done in the community. I
Amen.
always tell you, don't look at what people say, look at what they do. Assemblywoman Reynolds Jackson, keep doing it. You are making a huge difference. And I, as well as many others who are aware of your work, and we're going to have the opportunity to speak with you as well, will testify to that. So,
Amen.
Stephanie, come on with it. I want to bring you into a little something different right now. So, you
Amen.
talked about some of those workshops.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about, and the next time you're on, please have a list of some of the ones that you've done,
Okay.
if you will. And you talked about the kitchen table. And I met up with you and I said, you said, we're going to do a kitchen table. I said, oh my gosh, we were going to do that as well. But I'm going to work with you.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, because there's enough room out here for all of us.
You have to
I'm going to work with you.
Table. Yes, because
And-
the kitchen table, I mean, you got so much wisdom in that. You're going to have to come bring it at the kitchen table. And especially with our community. And that's something that, you know, I'm very, very, very dear. That's very dear to my heart, that when we talk about, and I'm going to be very precise here and very succinct, when we talk about the Black community and how the war on drugs have actually, we succumb to that because of the conditioning of the system. And I really want to bring that out because we need to be free and free indeed. Because what you just spoke on, we have to get back to us again. And the only way that we can get back to us is that we got to come back into productivity. Our minds have to be sharp. It shouldn't be just 1, 2, 3, or 4. It should be a whole community of us building again, developing again. And we can't do that with a foggy mind. We can't.
Solidarity is the key.
Solidarity
is the key. And some people can't spell it, let alone define it.
Thank
But
you.
here's the simpleness of it all. It's us having a common goal and working together to achieve it. It's really just that simple. There are so many people who want to do so many things, and I applaud you for that, and you should. It's time for other folks to get out in the field and start doing some work. But just because you want to be a doctor, if you don't have the skills, stay in your lane.
Stay in your, oh, girl.
And if you can't stay in your lane, go get the skills.
Go get the skills.
And simply talking about being a surgeon is not going to make you a surgeon.
Nope.
You got to have some experience.
You got to have some experience.
Hope.
Yep.
So let me wrap up here. Tell me why. Tell me why you started Recovery is Essential. Why did you start Re?
I started Re in 2017 because I looked in my community and I saw a lot of our children who were becoming more and more addicted. And I said, we got to create a safe space for our babies. If we don't, we're killing a generation of children. We have to become we got to become more of the examples so that they can see that they don't have to use drugs, they don't have to drink alcohol, and they don't have to sell drugs just to live in a capitalist society. I decided to put Recovery is Essential as a forefront because I saw too many of our babies being killed because of this activity, incarcerated because of this activity, and suicidal because of this activity.
So let's shout out our kids that are out there on the street right now. So jail is not a rite of passage.
No,
it's not something you have to do to prove that you're down. Be down with making that money. You guys are out here fighting over nothing. There's no land or real opportunity or hope or no legacies that you're creating except
None.
death. And
None.
listen, I believe in every kid out there on the street.
Thank you.
I believe that they have opportunity and hope. I know they're smart. Anybody who can run the drug game can run any other game.
And it's
with the same numbers and a different product, land, your own business, something else. You got it.
You got it. And the thing is that it's cool to be clean and sober. It is cool. You know, a lot of people, it's so cool. It is so cool. And when I found out that a few of the kids that I mentored were actually relapsed and one was killed, that's when I said, you know, we got to do something.
Our babies don't have to die.
They don't have to die.
Our babies don't have to die. Stop harboring drugs and guns.
And it's not
if cool. You want to change, you can't deal drugs at night and be swinging to the other side during the day.
You can't.
You know, you're poisoning your own community. Stop.
Yes.
Stop.
And
we don't have to hurt each other. Every kid out there, every kid on that street deserves a second chance. They deserve opportunity and they deserve hope. And the only person that can give it to them is those of us who have something to offer. You can't sell a kid dope one day and want to preach to him the next day.
Yes, sister, say it. And that's what Recovery is Essential is all about. So I decided to break my anonymity to stand out and say it is cool to be clean and sober. And we're going to create safe spaces so that our children can see, wow, I don't have to go that route. And like you just said, certain places, certain things, certain people are not a rite of passage. You don't have to go that route. And if I have to be the adult to stand in front of them and say, no, not this baby, then so be it. Because
every kid out there, Stephanie and I believe in you.
Yes, we do.
We believe in you and we believe there's opportunity and hope in you. We know from whence you come. We know that the success is deep down in you. You just got to reach in and get it. Amen. And if you need some recovery, Stephanie has the tools, the opportunity, and the hope right there for you. Contact Ree. What's the number to contact Ree?
You can text us at 609-516-2132. Or you can go on Facebook and look up Recovery is Essential. We're right there. You can messenger us. And you can go to our webpage, which is www.recoveryisessential.blog. It is under construction. However, we still receive messages. But you can text us at 609-516-2132.
We're wrapping up here. Thank you. Recovery is essential. For every kid in the street who thinks that's where you have to be, you don't.
You don't.
Hey, I don't care where you've been and what you've done. There is opportunity and hope for you. You just have to believe that. And I'm going to tell you this, it's not in the drug game. And I don't care how slick you think you are, sooner or later, jails, institutions, and death is the end result. I love you out there. I'm telling you, every kid deserves a chance. Every kid, and for every mother who's lost her child,
amen,
as a direct result of this violence in every poor urban city across the nation, I care about you. Recovery is essential is for you to heal from that pain, because it is painful to lose a child to the street. And whether they're guilty or innocent, it's painful to lose them.
Yes.
And so Recovery is Essential is there for you. You have the website, you have the phone number, you can reach out, you can text, you can go through Facebook, whatever you do. I don't care how you get there. Just get there if you can.
Say it, love. Thank you so much.
I want to thank you for being on tonight. I'd like to thank the people in the community who are doing what they need to do to help Trenton become a better place. It's not going to happen overnight, but it has to happen with some realistic strategic plan.
Amen.
Talking is not going to get it done. Hey, Atalia Armstrong, where you at, my sister? A sister who's getting it done.
Yes,
there are many out there. Atalia is one of many. She's doing a great job. She is pushing for reparations, for our community. Juneteenth is coming up, 19th through the 21st. Don't miss it. Downtown Trenton is going to be alive. We're going to be thriving and living and bringing forth our history, and a lot of good activities for you to participate in. So I want to remind you, put our business in Tell somebody about Coaching You For You. Remember our disclaimer, we don't know everything. We're sharing our experience, strength, and hope. And the hope is for you and for us and for us as a city, for us as a county, for us as a state, for us as a nation. It's for everybody. The hope is for everybody. I believe in you, believe in yourself. We all deserve a second chance. Hey, somebody's made a mistake out there in the street, give them a second chance.
Amen.
Give them a second chance and give them an opportunity. So that you know, there are no guns manufactured in the city of Trenton. They're being brought into the city. Number two, there are no drug distributions being manufactured in the city. They're being brought into the city. Very rarely is somebody coming from outside the city to kill our babies. They're killing each other. Reach out if you can. Lend a hand if you can. Don't talk about it, be about it. Hey, go be great. We've had a wonderful time here at Coaching You For You. Stephanie is coming back. And in her second podcast with us, she's going to share her experience, strength, and hope. And she's got something to tell you. See us on YouTube. See us on Facebook. If you'd like to be on the show live, reach us at coaching, the letter U, the number 4, the letter U. CoachingYou4You at gmail.com. Hey, you know I have to sing a song for you tonight, right? What are we going to sing, Stephanie? Come on. We only got a minute. What are we going to sing?
Reach out and touch.
Hey, somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. If you can.
Yes.
I'm going to get my label soon. And when I do, for all of you who doubted me, I'm coming for you.
I know that.
Kick the door in. Hey, have a good evening. Stephanie, thank you for being with us. We'll see you again on Wednesday.
Yes, you will. Thank you.
And you'll be sharing your experience, strength, and hope. And we will create a small package to give away to one of our guests who come on either YouTube or Facebook and is willing to chat with us about their experience, strength, and hope a little bit and engage Stephanie because she's got what it takes. She's got what you need. And recovery is essential.
Yes.
Have a good evening. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
Thank you.
Great job, Steph. Thank you.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Recovery is essential. And we are coming off. We're going to end the broadcast, and it'll just